This is Tristan da Cunha, the most remote inhabited place in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. The nearest inhabited place to the island is another island, located 2,334 kilometers away. The nearest continental city is approximately 2,778 kilometers away to the east. To the west, the nearest place is Rio de Janeiro, which belongs to Brazil. After hearing about the island, I'm sure you will be very surprised. This island is one of the territories of the United Kingdom, belonging to the same group as St. Helena and Ascension Island. Although all of them are isolated from the world, Tristan da Cunha is the most remote, located thousands of kilometers away from civilization. It's so remote that, for example, if you want to go to the island, you must first stop in Cape Town, South Africa. If there is space available, you can board one of the cargo ships that depart only 8 to 10 times a year. And if you're lucky, you will reach the island after a journey of at least 6 days. You can also reach the island by sailboat, but it would be a much longer, more dangerous, and exhausting journey. Since there is no airport on the island, sea travel is the only means of transportation. Here is Tristan da Cunha Island in all its glory. It is the most remote place on Earth where permanent human settlement exists. When you set foot on the island, there is a sign welcoming you that says, "Welcome to the most remote island." The island's capital is Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, and its official language is English. However, the English language has evolved in such a way that due to the limited communication with the outside world, it has developed its own unique characteristics.
Much slow working factory crayfish.
In the latest census, the total population was 249 people. These individuals live in the village of Edinburgh, located in the northern part of the island. The families living in the village are descendants of the original settlers and consist of those who are still alive among the current residents. The island has a hospital, a post office, a museum, a church, a research institute, a golf course, a bakery, a bar, and a swimming pool. There is a police station with a single officer. Due to the crime rate being close to zero, the single officer is able to maintain control of the entire island. There is also a school on the island, and education is generally provided through the cooperation of teachers and parents. The school provides education for children of all age groups, but the number of students is low. Therefore, children of different ages sometimes study together. This island was an uninhabited, empty land about 200 years ago. Its first discovery took place in 1506 when a captain named Tristan da Cunha came across this volcanic island in the South Atlantic during a sea voyage. However, due to harsh weather conditions and waves, he is unable to land on the island. Still, the island is named after him for this discovery. The name Tristão eventually changes to Tristan over time. In the 1600s, this place was used as a stopover for whalers and trade ships, but no permanent settlement was established on the island until the 1800s. During their war with Napoleon, England officially annexed the island to prevent the French from using this strategic location. A group of soldiers and some civilian settlers, after meeting the necessary conditions, are also left on the island. However, most of them leave shortly afterward, except for one person, William Glass. This English soldier, William, convinces his family and they start living here. Perhaps he did this to avoid reliving the war or losing his family, or maybe for another reason. Over time, many people settled on the island, and today the descendants of those first settlers still live there. One of the most beautiful aspects of this island is its complete safety. Everyone on the island knows each other, and they do not accept anyone they don't know from the outside. The island's oldest resident is Hurt Green, who has spent his entire life in this place.
What's it like living in such a small community?
Well, it's a nice life here. Everyone on the island, we call them brothers and sisters. We have a big family. We share and share alike. If they kill a oxen, they always slice it and give everybody some piece of beef or mutton or fish, anything. And if anyone get in trouble, say a roof go off a house, or they're there to help you. The minister's there for the help. And it's safe, and you can let the children go anywhere around us. Anywhere. I mean anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, we don't bolt the door or lock a door. We can go to west where our potato patches is. We leave our windows open on fine days. We leave our doors open. There's no locks at all.
The people of Tristan da Cunha rely primarily on fishing and potato farming for their livelihood. They have become true masters in these fields. The community is made up of kind and helpful people. They also practice animal husbandry, but since resources are limited, they take great care of their livestock. The marine life surrounding the island is extraordinarily beautiful. The kelp forests, in particular, look magnificent. Truly mesmerizing. In every way, this island looks stunning, but it has one major flaw: the volcano. The island is about 1 million years old and is entirely volcanic in nature. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, molten rock, or magma, erupted through the Earth's crust and rose across the ocean. Over time, the lava cooled, and an island 2 kilometers high formed, an island where humans would later inhabit. Although Tristan da Cunha Island is isolated from the world, it is not alone in the region. Just west of the island, there are 2 more islands called Inaccessible and Nightingale. Living on these 2 islands is impossible. The island named Inaccessible is filled with high cliffs and is a very dangerous place. While it is inaccessible to humans, for its native inhabitants, birds, seals, and penguins, it is a magnificent sanctuary beyond human reach. Nearby Nightingale Island is a place occasionally visited by the residents of Tristan da Cunha for fishing and hunting. The residents of da Cunha live a quiet and peaceful life, but one day, years ago, this was about to change. On the morning of October 10th, 1961, the island's residents woke up to a terrible surprise. The volcanic structure on the island had become active. Smoke began to rise, and soon after, the volcano erupted with full force. The magma was nearly destroying the village. The traces of this volcanic eruption can still be seen on the island. After the volcanic eruption in 1961, the island's residents were first taken to Nightingale Island by local fishing boats. They were then taken to England. About 2 years later, many of them returned to the island. There was clearly something that drew people here. Otherwise, who would choose to spend their life on this remote island with such limited resources? I guess we can never truly understand without living there ourselves. One interesting feature of the island is that money is rarely used, except in special cases. The only time cash transactions take place is when tourists buy souvenirs or similar items. The island's residents prefer bartering in their daily lives, the same method humanity discovered centuries ago. Honestly, I think they are doing it the best way possible. If you're thinking about moving to the island, that's impossible because immigration is strictly controlled. Unless you have a family connection to someone living in the village, you cannot settle there. This strict policy is exactly why the island remains peaceful and secure. However, there is one exception to living here: work. You can come to the island for employment and stay for at least 2 years, but this depends on job openings available on the island. Neither pandemics nor world wars reach the island. Economic crises don't concern them at all. I guess this is the beauty of being isolated from the world. Perhaps this is one of the reasons they chose this place. Despite being so far from the rest of the world, Tristan da Cunha tells a unique story of how a community can survive through solidarity and harmony with nature. We think they live in loneliness in the most isolated place in the world. But perhaps the truly lonely ones are us, living amidst chaos and turmoil, surrounded by crowds outside this island.